Life, for all its beauty and wonder, is also undeniably marked by suffering. It is an intrinsic part of the human condition, woven into the very fabric of our existence. This is a universal truth, a shared human experience that transcends time, culture, and circumstance. No matter where we come from or what our background is, suffering is something we all encounter. From the everyday disappointments and frustrations to the profound pain of loss, grief, and illness, suffering touches us all. It manifests in countless ways, from the minor inconveniences of daily life to the deep, heart-wrenching sorrows that can feel insurmountable. The Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, dedicated his life to understanding the nature of suffering and the path to its alleviation. His journey was one of profound insight and deep compassion for all beings. His teachings, encapsulated in the Four Noble Truths, offer a profound framework for navigating the complexities of human existence and finding lasting peace. These truths provide a roadmap for understanding the roots of our suffering and the steps we can take to overcome it. These truths are not meant to be pessimistic or nihilistic. Rather, they are a realistic acknowledgement of the challenges we face and a guide to overcoming them. Instead, they are a call to awaken to the reality of suffering, to understand its causes, and to discover the possibility of liberation. They encourage us to look deeply into our own lives and experiences. The Four Noble Truths are not a set of beliefs to be blindly accepted, but an invitation to investigate our own experience and discover the truth for ourselves. They challenge us to engage with our suffering in a meaningful way. The Buddha's teachings offer a beacon of hope, a way out of the cycle of suffering. They provide practical tools and insights that can help us transform our lives. They remind us that we are not alone in our struggles, and that within each of us lies the potential for transformation and the realization of true happiness. By embracing these teachings, we can find a path to inner peace and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. If you found this exploration of the Four Noble Truths insightful, please subscribe to Philosophy Haven 101 for more content on philosophy and the human experience. Your support helps us continue to share these valuable teachings. Thank you for watching. The first noble truth simply states, life involves dukkha, a fundamental aspect of our existence. Dukkha, often translated as suffering, encompasses a wide range of experiences, from physical and emotional pain to dissatisfaction and unease. It is not just the obvious suffering, but also the subtle underlying current of discomfort that pervades our lives. It acknowledges that impermanence is inherent in all things. Everything around us is in a constant state of flux, and nothing remains the same forever. We experience dukkha when we cling to things that are constantly changing. Our attachment to these transient things creates a cycle of suffering. We crave pleasure, security, and permanence in a world that is inherently impermanent. This craving leads us to chase after fleeting moments of happiness, only to be left wanting more. This clinging leads to dissatisfaction when our expectations are not met. We feel a sense of loss and disappointment when things don't go as planned. Dukkha reminds us that we are not in control of everything. Despite our best efforts, we cannot dictate the course of our lives entirely. We cannot prevent loss, aging, or death. These are natural parts of the human experience that we must come to terms with, but we can change our relationship to these inevitable parts of life. By practicing mindfulness and acceptance, we can learn to navigate these challenges with greater ease. By acknowledging dukkha, we begin to loosen the grip of our attachments and open ourselves to a more peaceful way of being. This awareness allows us to find a deeper sense of contentment and tranquility amidst the ever-changing nature of life. The second noble truth explores the cause of suffering, samudaya. This truth reveals that suffering arises from attachment, aversion, and ignorance. These three poisons are the root causes that keep us bound to the cycle of suffering. It is our clinging to desire, our aversion to unpleasant experiences, and our fundamental ignorance of the true nature of reality that fuel the cycle of suffering. We often fail to see things as they truly are, clouded by our own perceptions and biases. We crave things we find pleasurable, clinging to fleeting moments of happiness. These moments, though beautiful, are transient and impermanent. This clinging creates a constant thirst for more, leading to dissatisfaction when those desires are not met. The more we chase after these desires, the more elusive true contentment becomes. We push away unpleasant experiences, fearing pain and discomfort. This avoidance only serves to deepen our suffering, as we are unable to confront and understand these experiences. This aversion only amplifies our suffering. By not facing our fears and discomforts, we allow them to grow stronger and more persistent. We remain trapped in a cycle of craving and aversion, constantly seeking pleasure and avoiding pain. This endless pursuit leaves us exhausted and unfulfilled. The second noble truth encourages us to look deeply into the nature of our desires and aversions, to understand their roots and their impact on our well-being. By gaining this understanding, we can begin to break free from the cycle of suffering and move towards a state of true peace and contentment. The third noble truth offers a message of hope. Nirodha, the cessation of suffering, is possible. This truth states that by eradicating the root causes of suffering, attachment, aversion, and ignorance, we can achieve liberation from the cycle of dukkha. Nirodha is not a passive state of nothingness. It is a state of profound peace, freedom, and liberation. It is the realization of our true nature, free from the constraints of our conditioned mind. This liberation is not achieved through escapism or denial of the world. It is attained through a gradual process of self-awareness, compassion, and ethical living. Section 5. Navigating the Path Magga, the Eightfold Path. The fourth noble truth outlines the path to the cessation of suffering, Magga, the Eightfold Path. This path, also known as the Middle Way, is a practical guide to cultivating wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. It is a journey of self-discovery, compassion, and transformation. The Eightfold Path is not meant to be followed sequentially. Rather, each element supports and reinforces the others, creating a holistic approach to spiritual development. By cultivating these 8 aspects of our being, we gradually weaken the grip of attachment, aversion, and ignorance, leading to greater peace, freedom, and fulfillment. Section 6. Right Understanding, the Foundation of Transformation. Right understanding forms the foundation of the Eightfold Path. It involves developing a deep understanding of the Four Noble Truths and their implications for our lives. This understanding is not merely intellectual but experiential, arising from direct observation and contemplation of our own experience. Right understanding allows us to see the world and ourselves with clarity and wisdom. We begin to see the impermanent nature of all things, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the law of cause and effect. This understanding is not about passively accepting suffering, but about approaching it with wisdom and compassion. Section 7. Right Thought, cultivating a compassionate mind. Right thought involves cultivating thoughts that are rooted in kindness, compassion, and non-harming. It is about transforming our mental habits from negativity, judgment, and ill will to positivity, empathy, and loving kindness. Our thoughts shape our reality. By cultivating positive and wholesome thoughts, we create the conditions for greater peace and happiness in our lives and in the world around us. Right thought encourages us to practice forgiveness, to let go of anger and resentment, and to cultivate a sense of loving kindness towards ourselves and all beings. Section 8. Right Speech, Right Action, Right Livelihood, Living with Integrity. Right speech, right action, and right livelihood focus on aligning our outward behavior with our inner values of wisdom and compassion. They call us to live with integrity, to act in ways that are skillful, honest, and beneficial to ourselves and others. Right speech encourages us to speak truthfully, kindly, and with awareness of the impact of our words. Right action involves acting in ways that are ethical, non-harming, and conducive to the well-being of ourselves and others. Right livelihood calls us to engage in work that is honest, ethical, and does not cause harm to ourselves or others. Section 9. Right Effort, Right Mindfulness, Right Concentration, the Inner Work. Right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration form the core of Buddhist meditation practice. They involve cultivating a disciplined and focused mind, capable of observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment or attachment. Right effort is the continuous effort to cultivate wholesome qualities and abandon unwholesome ones. Right mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment with an attitude of openness, curiosity, and non-judgment. Right concentration is the ability to focus our mind on a single object or thought without distraction. These three aspects of the path work together to cultivate a calm, clear, and focused mind, capable of seeing reality with greater clarity and responding to challenges with greater skillfulness. Section 10. Finding Peace in a Modern World. The Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path offer timeless wisdom relevant even in our fast-paced, technology-driven world. They remind us that true happiness and fulfillment are not found in external achievements or possessions. In a world often characterized by stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction, the Buddha's teachings provide a roadmap to cultivating inner peace and well-being. By understanding the nature of suffering, its causes, and the path to its cessation, we can begin to transform our relationship with our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Section 11. The Enduring Wisdom of the Buddha. The Four Noble Truths are not just ancient teachings. They are a living, breathing practice relevant to the human condition regardless of time or place. They offer a path to navigate the complexities of life with greater wisdom, compassion, and skillfulness. The Buddha's teachings encourage us to look inward, to cultivate a deep understanding of ourselves and the nature of reality. By embarking on this journey of self-discovery and transformation, we can find lasting peace, freedom, and fulfillment regardless of the circumstances we face.